You will think by now ESPN would have learned to stop gaslighting fans. But nope, they did it again. On live TV, Dan Orlovsky looked straight into the camera with that smug, "Trust me, I've watched the tape," energy, and said Dillon Gabriel looked better than Shatter Sanders. Better than Shatter. Let that sink in for a second. A quarterback who opened his NFL debut by handing the other team 6 free points and coughing up the ball in the red zone somehow looked more impressive than the guy who was ice cold, turnover-free, and closing out a game like he'd been in the league a decade. That wasn't analysis. That was comedy dressed up in a suit. And the second the words left Orlovsky's mouth, you could feel the collective record scratch across football Twitter, across every Browns fan bar, across living rooms where people nearly dropped their wings. Because unless we all hallucinated what we watched, Gabriel stumbled and Shatter soared. And the fact ESPN tried to flip that reality, that's when the firestorm began. Let's not play games here. Dillon Gabriel's debut was shaky at best, nightmare at worst. Pick 6 on the first series, no tip, no bad luck bounce, just a gift-wrapped ball to the defender who strolled into the end zone like he was late for brunch. Later, a fumble in the red zone that made every coach in America reach for the antacids. He looked like a college kid still clinging to Big 12 shootouts instead of a pro quarterback managing an NFL pocket. Sure, he flashed some mobility, made a couple of second-half throws that'll get chopped into a hopeful highlight reel, but in total, crash course. Meanwhile, Shatter Sanders was running a clinic. Calm in the pocket, clean progressions, audible adjustments at the line. Second quarter touchdown with a ball placed like it was laser-guided. Game-winning drive that screamed poise, not panic. And the kicker? 0 turnovers. None. The stat sheet, the eye test, the body language, it all screamed NFL ready. But Orlovsky? He squinted at the same tape we all saw and somehow concluded Gabriel impressed him more because, wait for it, the tight ends didn't separate, the line gave him trouble, receivers didn't finish routes. Translation: excuses stacked like Jenga blocks, all of them bending over backwards to shield Gabriel from his own mistakes. And that's where the narrative cracked open. Because this wasn't just about film study. This was about spin. When Shatter balls out, we hear, "Let's wait and see, tougher defenses ahead." When Gabriel stumbles, we hear, "Promising flashes, needs time." It's the oldest play in the media book. Polish the rough edges for some guys, move the goalposts for others. And the very next morning, Stephen A. Smith walked into First Take with the subtlety of a sledgehammer and blew it all up. Slammed the table, voice booming, veins nearly popping. This is what we do now? We crown a man who throws a pick 6 and fumbles, while ignoring the guy who actually performed. It wasn't just outrage, it was exposure. He was calling out the pattern, the double standard that fans, players, and even Twitter, X, were already roasting. Hashtag Shatter was better. Hashtag let them play. Memes of Shatter dropping dimes next to Gabriel's turnovers. Orlovsky wasn't just roasted for a bad take. He became the poster boy for the media blind spot. And here's the thing, Cleveland fans, they aren't built for patience with nonsense like this. They've survived Johnny football meltdowns, Baker Mayfield drama, a parade for a winless season. They've been starved for a quarterback who isn't just a maybe, but a must. So when Shatter Sanders walks in and immediately injects belief, not hope but belief, into that stadium, the city doesn't just notice, they erupt. And that's what's driving the fury now. Because head coach Kevin Stefanski, he's clutching his system binder like it's a life preserver, still leaning Gabriel's way. Why? Loyalty? Ego? Maybe both. Stefanski is a precision guy. Predictability. Controlled reps. Shatter Sanders? He's jazz and cleats. He thrives in chaos, creates on the fly, spins defenders, and sparks the crowd. He's everything Stefanski doesn't trust, but everything Cleveland desperately needs. And here's the kicker. Safe football hasn't worked here. Playing it cautious is how this franchise has been stuck in purgatory for decades. But the clock's ticking. The city's screaming for Shatter. His jersey is already flying off shelves. ESPN can't stop looping his highlights. And ownership is watching the buzz translate into dollars and national relevance. Do you really think the Haslams are going to let their hottest ticket ride the bench while fans boo Gabriel before halftime of Week 1? Not a chance. The storm's already here. Talk radio callers torching Stefanski, beat reporters dropping barbed questions at pressers, whispers in the locker room as players side-eye at the politics of it all. Because players aren't dumb. They know who has it. They know who owns the huddle. Shatter's presence isn't rookie energy, it's CEO energy. And when that gets sidelined in favor of developmental caution, whispers start. Are we trying to win, or are we just protecting egos? Stefanski probably thinks he can weather it. He can't. Cleveland is not a polite golf clap city. This is a town that will boo Santa if they smell weakness. And the second Gabriel coughs up another turnover while Shatter's helmet gleams on the sideline, the boos will rain down like a thunderstorm. Once you lose this crowd, there's no coming back. Ownership knows it, the front office feels it, and deep down Stefanski does too. He's not blind. He's just stubborn. But stubborn won't save him this time. Because this isn't just a quarterback controversy. It's an identity crisis. Are the Browns content being the team that plays it safe and fades into irrelevance? Or are they finally ready to unleash the spark sitting right in front of them? Shatter Sanders isn't just a quarterback. He's the cultural reset button. The franchise-changing energy Cleveland's been begging for. The lightning bolt that could finally break the cycle of almosts and what-ifs. And the truth is brutal but simple. If Stefanski doesn't hand him the keys soon, he's not just risking losses. He's writing his own exit. In this city, legends are made by the ones who dared, and scapegoats are made by the ones who stalled. So Kevin, the storm is here, the crowd is roaring, the future is wearing number 2, and the clock is ticking. Are you going to embrace it? Or are you going to be remembered as the guy who tried to bench destiny?